Is youth a habit? Meet Mika at 92. Have you ever looked at someone in their 90s and thought, how are they still doing all that? That is exactly what I felt the first time I saw Takishima Mika. She was not just walking, she was leading a fitness class, smiling ear to ear and full of energy that you could feel from the back of the room. And here is the thing, she was not 50. She was not 70. She was 92 years old. Let that sink in for a moment. At 92, most people slow down. They rest more. They let others do the heavy lifting literally and figuratively. But not Mika. She chooses to live with strength, clarity, and joy every single day. And the question that hit me right then was, is youth a gift or is it a habit? Because when you see someone like Mika still teaching, still walking briskly through her neighborhood, still enjoying life with a twinkle in her eye, you begin to wonder if maybe aging does not have to look like we were told it should. Maybe the real secret is not in your DNA, but in your daily rhythm, your daily habits for longevity, your longevity lifestyle. Now, if you are in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you have probably felt it. The stiffness in the morning, the way energy dips by mid-afternoon, the quiet fear that your best years may already be behind you. But what if I told you there is another way to think about this chapter of life, not as a time of decline, but as a time of intentional strength? That is what Mika teaches us, not through lectures or books, but through the way she lives. And here is what makes her story even more powerful. She does not take any miracle pills. She is not following some restrictive trend. She simply lives by 5 simple habits, daily, doable, grounded in purpose. These are not intense workouts. They are not expensive diets. They are not rigid routines that require perfect willpower. They are small, meaningful practices that she shows up for day after day, year after year. And the best part, you and I can start them today, right here, right now. So what are these 5 daily habits that keep Mika vibrant at 92? We are going to walk through each one in detail. Along the way, I will share stories, tips, and simple actions you can try no matter your age, your background, or your current health condition. Because the truth is, growing older is not a problem. Losing your rhythm is, and you do not have to do this alone. Here at Longevity Life, we believe in walking this road together, one habit, one meal, one breath at a time. We believe in healthy aging tips that work in the real world. We believe that wisdom and energy can live side by side. Now let me ask you something. What is one habit you have kept through the years no matter what? Maybe it is morning tea. Maybe it is walking to the mailbox. Maybe it is a prayer before breakfast. Share it with us in the comments below. You never know, your habit might inspire someone else who is ready to feel strong again. And if you are still with me, if something inside you just said, yes, I want to feel like myself again, then this journey is for you. Go ahead and subscribe to Longevity Life. We do not chase youth. We practice wellness together. In the next part, we will explore the one belief that changed everything for Mika, why she says aging is not a sentence. It is a skill. Let us begin. Aging is a skill, not a sentence. Let me ask you a personal question. Have you ever had a moment, maybe after climbing a set of stairs or forgetting a name, where you quietly wondered, is this what getting older is supposed to feel like? If you have let me say this loud and clear, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not powerless. Here in the United States, many people grow up thinking aging is a kind of slow, steady decline. More aches, less energy, a little bit of your spark fading year after year. But what if I told you that aging does not have to mean giving up your strength or your joy? Because according to both modern science and the real-life story of Takishima Mika, aging is not a sentence, it is a skill. And like any skill, you can get better at it. When I first heard Mika say that aging could be practiced like an art, I paused. But the more I watched her life, the more it made sense. You see, she did not wake up at age 92 with good balance, clear thoughts, and a bright spirit by accident. She trained for it, not with weights or workouts, but with her daily habits for longevity. Let me share a bit of research with you, something that completely changed how I see the aging process. A study published by the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health followed more than 44,000 adults over 20 years. They found that people who followed 5 simple lifestyle habits, things like regular movement, healthy food choices, good sleep, staying connected, and not smoking, lived up to 10 years longer on average and with fewer chronic diseases. Think about that 10 more years of quality living simply by changing the rhythm of your day. That is the power of a longevity lifestyle. And Mika, she is living proof of that science. Every morning she gets out of bed with intention. She greets her day with movement, a smile, and a purpose. She eats meals slowly, mindfully, full of nourishment and joy. She rests when her body asks for it. She reads, teaches, and learns even now. This is not about chasing youth. It is about honoring this season of life with presence, care, and courage. Because here is the truth. Aging is not something that happens to you. Aging is something you do with your mind, your plate, your choices, and your breath. Now let me share a short story. One of our viewers, Mary from Oregon, wrote to me last year. She is 75. She had been feeling tired for months, achy knees, poor sleep, and a quiet sadness she could not explain. After watching one of our videos, she wrote in her journal, "What if I could practice aging like Mika does?" She started small, 10 minutes of stretching in the morning, adding leafy greens to lunch, calling her granddaughter every Friday. 2 months later, she wrote, "I feel like I have come home to myself again." That is what this journey is about. Not perfection, not pressure, just small, gentle steps toward a more vibrant life. So before we move on, let me ask you something simple. When in your life did you feel the most alive? What were you doing? Who were you with? Go ahead, type it in the comments. Sometimes remembering that version of yourself is the first step to becoming it again. And if this part resonated with you, if it reminded you that you still have power in how you age, type "still growing" below. Because you are. And we are right here with you. Coming up next, we will explore the habit Mika says keeps me standing. It is the anchor of her energy, her balance, and her smile. Let us begin with the gift of gentle daily movement. Move daily with intention, not intensity. There is a phrase Takishima Mika loves to say, and she says it with a spark in her voice: the body is made to move. At 92, Mika does not run marathons. She does not lift heavy weights. But she moves every single day, and not just to stay fit. She moves to stay alive physically, mentally, emotionally. And that is the first of her 5 cornerstone habits: daily intentional movement. Why movement matters more as we age. Now let us be honest. As we get older, it is easy to move less. Maybe your knees ache. Maybe your balance feels off. Maybe you feel tired before the day has even begun. But here's what both science and Mika remind us. Movement is medicine. It supports blood circulation to your heart and brain, muscle strength and joint flexibility, balance and fall prevention, mood, memory, and emotional well-being, digestion and blood sugar regulation. And here is the beautiful truth. You do not need to exercise for hours. Even 10 to 15 minutes of gentle, consistent movement each day can be life-changing. Mika's daily movement routine. So what exactly does Mika do at 92? She walks for 30 minutes every morning, rain or shine. She leads senior fitness classes twice a week focused on balance and core stability. She begins each day with 3 minutes of stretching in bed before her feet touch the floor. She ends each evening with slow leg lifts and breathing exercises to relax her body. That is not intense. That is intentional, and that is why it works. Mika is not pushing against aging. She is flowing with it by making motion a natural part of her rhythm. How to start moving again. Even if you have been inactive, if movement feels hard right now, let me reassure you, you are not too late, you are not too weak, and you are not alone. Let us begin with where you are. Here are 6 senior-friendly movement ideas you can start today. Seated leg extensions. While watching TV, lift one leg at a time and hold for 5 seconds. Chair yoga. Stretch your arms overhead, twist gently to each side, breathe deeply. Wall push-ups. Stand arm's length from a wall and press in 10 times. 10-minute walks. Indoors or outside around your block or living room. Kitchen counter squats. Hold the edge, bend slightly, and rise slowly 5 reps to begin. Put on music and move. Even swaying side to side is movement. The goal here is not to sweat. It is to signal to your body we are still in motion. We are still alive. Why 10 minutes can transform your day. You might wonder, can something that short really make a difference? Absolutely. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, even 10 minutes of physical activity per day improves cardiovascular health, reduces risk of falls, enhances mental clarity, decreases joint pain over time. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You do not need to scrub for an hour. Just a few minutes of daily care keeps your system clean and resilient. Real story: Harold's kitchen dance breaks. Let me share a story from Harold in Arizona. He is 78. After years of being sedentary, he watched one of our Longevity Life episodes and decided to try Mika's habit. Not 30 minutes, just 5. Each morning while his coffee brews, Harold turns on his favorite Motown song and dances by the kitchen sink. It is not fancy, it is not fast. But 2 weeks in, he emailed me and said I started waking up excited again, and my knees hurt less than they have in months. That is the power of small daily choices. Not perfect, just practiced. Movement builds connection. 2. One benefit of daily movement that Mika always emphasizes is how it brings people together. Whether she is teaching her class or walking with neighbors, she says, exercise is not only for the body, it is for smiles and conversations. You can invite a friend to walk, stretch with your spouse before bed, or even call someone while moving in place. You do not need a gym, you need a moment, and maybe a little music. Let us begin today together. So here is your gentle challenge. Can you move for 10 minutes a day for the next 7 days? It can be a walk, a stretch, a slow dance, or even chair yoga. Whatever fits your rhythm. If you are in, type walk strong in the comments. Let us hold each other accountable with encouragement, not pressure. Because as Mika shows us, strength is not about lifting weights. It is about showing up for your body, your joy, and your future. In the next section, we will explore the second and third habits that keep Mika glowing. Waking up with purpose and eating with care. Let us walk into those next steps, one habit at a time. Purpose in the morning, nourishment at every meal. If movement is what keeps the body strong, then purpose is what keeps the soul alive. That is why Mika begins every day, not with an alarm clock, but with a reason. She once said, I wake up every morning with something to look forward to. That is what keeps me standing. A morning of intention, not obligation. Mika's mornings are not rushed. They are rituals. She opens her eyes, slowly breathes deeply 3 times and whispers, thank you for this day. Then she stretches her arms above her head, flexes her toes, and sits up with a smile. She does not check her phone. She checks in with herself. Her first question of the day is simple. What can I enjoy or contribute today? That could mean leading a class, calling a friend, planting a flower, or just preparing a good meal with love. And here is the science behind this simple act. A study from the Journal of the American Medical Association found that older adults with a sense of purpose had lower risk of stroke, better sleep quality, less cognitive decline, greater overall life satisfaction. Purpose is not just spiritual, it is biological medicine. Ways to practice purpose in daily life. You do not need a grand mission to wake up with meaning. Purpose can come from the smallest rituals. Writing a thank you note, watering your plants, reading to your grandchild, volunteering at your church or food bank, cooking something new and sharing it, saying a kind word to someone lonely. What matters is that you feel connected to yourself, to others, to something bigger. Purpose is what lifts the body out of bed with a lightness, not because it has to, but because it gets to. Now let us talk about food, not just eating. If purpose feeds the soul, then nourishment feeds the body. And Mika does not diet. She nourishes. She chooses food with care, love, and joy, never with guilt or restriction. Her meals are not fancy, but they are full of life. Mika's philosophy of nourishment. Here are the 5 guiding principles she follows. Eat what is in season. Nature provides what we need at the right time. Keep it fresh and colorful. More plants, fewer packages. More color, more nutrients. Include fermented foods often for gut health, digestion, and mental clarity. Balance the plate. Some carbs, some protein, some healthy fats, all in harmony. Chew slowly and with gratitude. The slower you eat, the more your body listens. Meals that work for Mika and can work for you. Now let us translate that into something practical. Here are Mika-inspired meals with ingredients you can find in any American grocery store. Breakfast. 1/2 cup of steel-cut oats. 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed. 1/2 banana sliced. 1 cup of green tea or warm lemon water. Lunch, 2 cups of romaine lettuce or spinach. 1/2 cup of black beans. A handful of cherry tomatoes. 1 tablespoon of olive oil and vinegar. 1 slice of 100% whole wheat toast. Dinner. 1 small sweet potato roasted. 1 cup of steamed broccoli, 3 ounces of grilled salmon or tofu, a small bowl of miso broth or low-sodium veggie soup. Snacks: 1 small apple with almond butter, 1/4 cup of unsalted walnuts, unsweetened Greek yogurt with cinnamon. Drink 6 to 8 cups of filtered water. Herbal teas, barley mint chamomile. Green tea sip slowly through the day. Fermented foods, =. Healthy aging tips. Mika eats fermented foods like miso natto and pickled radish daily. If you are not used to those, you can try sauerkraut, plain kefir, kimchi in small amounts if spicy, unsweetened yogurt, apple cider vinegar in warm water. Why? Because your gut and your brain talk all day long. A calm, healthy gut leads to clearer thoughts, better mood, and stronger immunity. Real story. Sylvia's midday reset. Sylvia, a 71-year-old from Florida, used to grab crackers and soda for lunch. After learning about Mika's style of eating, she made one change: a large salad and a mug of warm tea at noon. After 3 weeks, her digestion improved, her brain fog lifted, and she wrote, "I feel like my body and I are friends again." That is what nourishment is meant to do. Not punish, support, repair, celebrate. Eating with grace, not guilt. Mika never rushes a meal. She prepares it with presence. She eats sitting down. She avoids screens. She breathes between bites. And she always ends with a soft smile and a bow of thanks. No calorie counting, no shame, only care. That is what a longevity lifestyle looks like. What is one food that nourishes you deeply? It could be oatmeal, or baked fish, or your grandma's lentil soup. Whatever it is, share it in the comments. Because food is not just about nutrition, it is about memory, emotion, identity. And if you are ready to begin eating with more peace, not rules, type "eat with care" below. In the next part, we will look at 2 final habits that Mika says changed her brain, her skin, and her energy. Deep rest and daily curiosity. Let us keep walking. Sleep like a ritual. Learn like a child. If purpose gives your morning meaning and food gives your body fuel, then rest is what holds it all together. And for Takishima Mika, rest is sacred. At 92, Mika guards her sleep the same way she guards her movement, with love and attention. She once said, "Rest is not laziness, it is wisdom," and science agrees. Why sleep is a cornerstone of longevity. As we grow older, sleep can feel harder to find. You may wake up more often. You may feel drowsy earlier. You may wake up still tired, even after 7 or 8 hours. But do not be fooled. Good sleep is still essential even in your 70s, 80s, or 90s. In fact, deep sleep is when your body repairs tissue balances, hormones, clears toxins from the brain, and restores emotional balance. Sleep is not the end of the day. It is the beginning of tomorrow's energy. Mika's evening ritual for quality sleep. Every night, Mika prepares for rest like preparing for a journey. She dims the lights after dinner. She sips 1 cup of warm barley tea or clear broth. She plays soft, calming music or sits in silence. She stretches her legs slowly. She breathes deeply, inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and she goes to bed at the same time every single night. That is her sleep rhythm, and she honors it. No phone, no bright lights, no late night sugar, just stillness. And as she puts it, the body whispers at night. You have to be quiet enough to hear it. Tips for better sleep over age 60. If sleep has been hard for you lately, you are not alone, but you are not without hope. Here are 5 gentle, senior-friendly habits to improve your rest. Create a cool, dark room. Use blackout curtains and keep the temperature around 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Avoid caffeine and large meals after 6:00 p.m. Use calming scents. A few drops of lavender oil near your pillow can help. Stretch gently before bed. 5 minutes of leg and back movement in silence. Try 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale 4 seconds, hold 7, exhale 8. It slows your heart and quiets the mind. You do not need sleeping pills to sleep deeply. You need trust in your rhythm and a little patience. The gentle power of naps. Mika also believes in the wisdom of the nap, but not the 2-hour accidental couch nap. Her naps are short, quiet, and intentional. 10 to 20 minutes after lunch, in a quiet room, eyes closed, no screens, light music or silence, followed by a glass of warm water or tea. These little resets keep her mind clear and her energy calm, not wired or sluggish. It is not about stopping, it is about renewing. And then comes curiosity. Now let us talk about Mika's final habit, one that most people overlook, but it may be the most powerful one of all. She learns something new every day, Not for school, not for grades, but for joy. She reads a short article. She practices a new word. She asks younger people about technology. She tries new vegetables in the kitchen. And sometimes she just sits and observes the world with childlike wonder. She says, "Your body needs food, but your mind, it needs wonder." Why learning keeps the mind. Young studies from Harvard, Yale, and the University of Michigan all confirm the same thing. Older adults who continue learning have slower cognitive decline, lower risk of dementia, improved mood and memory, greater sense of connection and independence. Your brain is like a muscle. Use it or lose it, and Mika. She keeps hers dancing. How you can start learning again from right where you are. You do not need to go back to school. You just need to stay curious. Here are 5 easy ideas. Read 1 article per morning from a newspaper or blog. Watch a short documentary about animals' history or space. Try a new recipe and learn the story behind the ingredients. Ask your grandchild to teach you a tech skill or game. Write 1 sentence a day in a journal about what you learned, saw, or felt. Learning does not have to be grand. It just has to be alive. Story time. Jean's rediscovery of Wonder Jean from Ohio is 83. She had not read a new book in over 10 years. After watching one of our episodes, she picked up a library card again. She now reads 3 pages a day. Just 3. She told me my memory is better, but more than that, I feel like I am back in the world again. That is the magic of learning. It does not just sharpen your mind, it brings you home to yourself. So tell me, what is something new you would love to learn? Is it a language or recipe? A family story you want to record? Write it in the comments. And if you are ready to honor both your rest and your curiosity, type "Mind Alive" below. Because sleeping well and learning daily are not just good habits. They are acts of love for your future self. Coming up next, we will bring all 5 of Mika's daily habits together into one simple, beautiful blueprint that you can follow every day. Let us complete the circle. 5 habits. 1 beautiful life. We have walked through 5 simple but powerful daily habits from a 92-year-old woman who lives what many of us dream of: clarity, strength, joy, and peace in the later years of life. Mika Takishima does not have a perfect life. She does not live without challenge, but she has something even more important: a rhythm, a set of daily habits for longevity that keeps her body strong, her mind curious, and her spirit alive. Let us pause and reflect on her 5 core practices. 1. Move every day with intention. Even 10 minutes of gentle, regular movement can improve balance, lift your mood, and keep your independence. 2. Begin each day with purpose. Start with gratitude. Smile. Choose 1 small thing to look forward to. Purpose is fuel for the soul. 3. Nourish yourself with care. Eat slowly, eat fresh, eat with love. Choose whole foods that support your energy, digestion, and brain. 4. Sleep like it matters. Create a rhythm. Protect your rest. Treat sleep as medicine and feel your body thank you the next day. 5. Stay curious and keep learning. Let your mind play. Read, listen. Try new things. Wonder keeps the spirit young. These are not trends. They are not difficult. They are not reserved for the lucky few. They are simple, repeatable choices that become a longevity lifestyle, a way of aging with more joy, clarity, and power. You do not need to start all 5 today. You only need to start 1. Maybe it is walking after breakfast. Maybe it is swapping white bread for whole grain. Maybe it is turning off screens 1 hour before bed. Whatever it is, let it be your beginning. So, tell me, which habit will you begin with today? Type it in the comments and let us support one another as we build better days together. And if you found this video helpful, please tap like, hit subscribe, and share it with someone you love. Because healthy aging tips do not just extend your life, they enrich it. From all of us here at Longevity Life, thank you for being with us. We believe your best years can still be ahead of you, and we will be right here walking beside you, 1 habit at a time. Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, stay curious.